Alright everyone, welcome to the second game tonight. It's one of our games from the local band league that we put on. And we've got Jarrad, who was just commentating with me, versus Terry. Inside. So pretty much a quick breakdown of what the band league is basically we put together a list of all the ships that are in the game. Everyone could vote on, I think it was 5 ships: the Empire, the Resistance, the Rebels, and Scum, because they have the most ships. And then vote on 3 ships from the rest of the factions, and then we banned 5 ships from 5 ships from the first 3 factions and 2 ships from the remaining ones. So it's quite interesting. The results were fairly interesting, and I think if you want to see them, you can still watch them back on Twitch. So yeah, it's quite cool. So we see here we've got Terry on the left hand side, who has 2 defenders. He's got Rexler and Ryad. So both of them have the same loadout, which is Duke, collision detector, and proton rockets. And then on the right hand side we have Jarrad, who has Han Solo with trick shot, contraband cybernetics, and Lando's Millennium Falcon. As Sarge, who has heightened perception, contraband cybernetics, and shadowcaster. And then Forlom with elusive, advanced sensors, contraband cybernetics, and mist hunter. So some pretty interesting loadouts on both sides. You've got some pretty tanky defenders, and then you've got Scum with their tricks. I think yeah, I'm guessing Jarrad's hope is to be able to hit and tractor. You got a few other tricks going on there, handing out the stress with with Forlom. And you've got Han Solo, who's either going to be a wet noodle or just smash. Might be a little bit harder to get all of your extra dice, because the defenders are probably not going to stress themselves much unless Asajj or Forlom is able to. And yeah, so it'll be interesting.
That's the idea. I haven't got any skills, so I just have to rely on my opponent.
I think to begin with, I think the defenders might have a bit of an advantage here. They're really tanky and they're going to hit pretty hard. So we'll see what happens. Then if Terry can get those prockets off, it should be a really interesting, especially against these 3 ships. So it should be fairly easy. And if you can hear, I've got the 2 players in the background sort of quietly, because I will be the only one commentating this match. So I always get pretty mixed up with the defenders' abilities, so we'll go through them. So Rexler Brath is, after you perform an attack that hits, if you're evading, expose one of the defender's damage cards. And Ryad is, while you would execute a straight maneuver, you may increase the difficulty of the maneuver if you do execute it as a K-turn instead. So that could be an interesting, Terry's got to think about how that affects him and Jarrad's abilities, especially Han Solo's ability. I've seen Jarrad fly this list before. It's really interesting. You got heightened perception on Asajj, so I think they're just starting the time now. So Jarrad should have 2 ships shoot before Terry can shoot. And I think we'll see, for Terry to win, you just need to see a lot of damage go into Jarrad's ships quickly. So Riot is, oh, that is close. I think you'll see Terry be a bit cagey and try to drag Jarrad through those rocks. I think will be the ideal thing there. Next turn, I think you might be able to see Terry go quite far forward, or although that boost, maybe it'll be a 3 turn. Wow. On bumps into Fulham. I think Jarrad's just trying to sort of set it all up. You know, he can't commit too much because his ships are fairly slow. And those defenders might be a bit frustrating to pin down. But I think from yellow, which I will color as Jarrad, and then red is Rexler. So I think yellow, you'll probably see bank up towards the board. I don't think you really want to turn in yet. And then maybe red's just a bank as well, 3 bank. And that way you're still being fairly cagey, but it's still opening up. So interestingly, there, Jarrad's really committing to that one lane. You may see the K turn from him next to try to hopefully, or to get Terry to come down through those rocks. Ooh. That is fairly close to that rock. Although he should be able to get away from it pretty easily next turn. Just to turn up. So I think Terry's safe from any shots this turn again. And Jarrad's going to have to show the patience in this game. He's going to... I think it's going to be whoever makes the first mistake. Because I think you probably see Jarrad just go along the bottom. Maybe turn up at the other side of the board, or K turn around. Asajj does have that 4k now, 5k. So, what is it? Yeah, 5k. So, you may see a 3 bank or something down with Asajj, and then the 5k make Terry come down. But Riot is definitely turning up. Unless Terry wants to risk it and just go over that rock. But that could be risky. You don't really want to lose a shield with only 2 ships. And then Rexler. Maybe Rexler just does a 5 straight. I don't think Jarrad's going to turn up.
My plan. Get out of my head, Charles.
So full on doing a 1 bank. Oh, just on the rock.
Great.
That looks like a
Rude to clap.
millimeter.
Oof.
So safe there.
Probably messing with the dice.
Massage, 2 bang.
Don't know.
Again.
Yeah, Sarge bumps.
Alrighty. On to me then, Ryad.
And
Oh, thank Christ you missed it. So free evade, and then
yeah, so he's off and boosts up.
then Rexler.
Looking at that, oh yeah, so he is doing a 5 straight.
What I was going to try. And free evade.
You might as
Forward right.
yeah boost. You're getting that shot off on Asajj.
Han, 1 straight.
I don't think it will eventuate into anything, but it should.
Well, I'm hoping so, but
Any damage is good damage, really.
I'll just focus. Put it out anyway.
So Han didn't bump there. Han's got no shots, and he's not taking any shots.
Alright.
So I think the only shot here is Rexler. Range 3 onto Asajj.
alright, so 3 red, and I've got Rex things and Duke stuff.
So you could see some damage, but 3 hits.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Maybe I'll eat my words. Every single time I try to I say you probably won't see damage, it goes through. Oh,
Well
Three.
then.
3 blanks then.
Okay.
So
2 hits and a crit.
Yeah.
2 shields and a crit. Crit is
Yeah, I already did mine earlier. While you were getting illustrated.
I think he's just shuffling the
I
deck.
like that map, by the way. That map's cool.
What have we got? Loot stabilizer.
Which is a loose stabilizer. So if you execute a non-straight maneuver, suffer 1 damage.
And I don't
Which
think anyone else is going to have a shot.
probably isn't going to be a good thing for
Blood to Rexler, bruh.
the Jarrad, because I feel like he was setting up for that K turn.
I'm hoping this is the game.
Well, the Han Solo is in the way, so maybe not. Fulham, you're just going to see a hard turn up the board. I think with Han Solo, you probably see the same thing. And Asajj isn't in a good spot. But at the same time, Rexler is chasing, and he can't reposition to get those prockets off if he wants to actually shoot them, because he'll need the focus. So I'm guessing you'll see a 3 bank.
Yep.
Sarge might turn up.
All on.
Yeah.
Too hard.
No, it looked easy.
He'll calculate.
And we'll
Massage.
see Sarge. Yeah, so Sarge has turned up.
We'll do that.
If Terry's done that 3 bank, that should line up those prockets nicely.
I'm gonna rotate up. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and he's just rotated the arc to get a shot. Ryad
And we get another one.
is not relevant this turn, really. You,
Feels less terrifying now.
I guess you'll see,
Alright, right.
yeah, three hard, and then evade, free evade, and then the boost.
Boost forward, right.
And then next turn
Now
is when Ryad's going to be
3 bank.
irrelevant. So you get the evade. This is tough because you're range 1, so you're going to be firing 4 dice anyway.
I'm gonna barrel roll right.
Um,
Forward.
I'm not sure.
No, that's not gonna be far enough. Rats. That's alright.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right call. Because now you put yourself in front arc and side arc.
Go there.
So, looking at a Sarge, at the start of engagement phase, you may choose one enemy ship in your turret arc and spend a force. If you do, that ship gains a stress unless it removes 1 green token. So that's going to be pretty handy for Jarrad. And then he's also going to get the 4 dice attack from the range 1 primary. I think it would have been better just to focus and
At the start of engagement phase,
turtle.
I can choose one enemy ship at my rotating arc.
So
at range 0 to 2.
Jarrad's just going to
That ship gains 1 stress token unless it
give Riot a stress, Rexler a stress.
I'm gonna get shot at by 3 of them.
So Jarrad spends a force to.
No, that's right. I'll lose the evade.
So Terry's decided to remove the evade.
I'd rather have no stress next round if I'm alive.
I think it probably would have been better to take a stress.
So it's a range 3.
Because he gets 4 dice, but then Jarrad's shooting, so it would be range 3 obstructed.
I get my
So it'll be 4 dice.
so you'll get 5.
But
Plus 1 kill shot, plus 1 harm.
yeah, at the same time, if you took stress, it would be 5 versus 5 or 4 versus 5. So,
Ooh, nice roll.
So 3 hits and a crit. Wowie.
Alrighty. Let's see how lucky I can get.
And 2 evades,
2 evades.
2 focus, and a blank.
That's 2 shields.
It's not too bad. So yeah, 2 shields off of Rexler.
Alright, so then your 5 gets to shoot.
Yeah.
So I think all we can hope for, all you can really hope for here is
So 4 red.
Yeah, I think you just need to be able to punch as much damage into Sarge as possible. Two hits.
Alright.
Bad.
Let's see.
You spend the force? I think you spend.
I'll spend force.
You spent a force and take 1 Sarge.
1.
So Terry's now got half points on a Sarge, which is 38 points. But I feel like this turn Jarrad's going to get half points on Wexler, which will be 49 points. So
For
2 hits onto Wexler.
Alright.
1.
Another 1.
So 1 shield.
1 goes in, and then the Shadowcaster title. So because after you perform an attack, if it hits and defenders in both my arcs.
So now the Shadowcaster title is triggering for Jarrad. And he's going to try to. I assume you will move.
Oh, sorry. What does that do for me right now? Drops
You'll move him
Yeah,
right in front of that rock.
Move you if I want to.
I think you do move him. No one, like, he's taking no more shots. It might be obstructed.
Obstruct the shot though.
But then you're going over the rock,
I
negating
So I might,
action.
but then it really does stuff your next turn up.
I think you move him. There's no major downside to it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alrighty.
You're not being put into a position where you bump. So
Come back.
Jarrad's just trying to
There it goes.
do it there. I think you go as far forward as possible. Yeah. So Rexler could get out of that, but
Alrighty.
Yep. And now it's your 4.
it's probably unlikely.
Yep. So
Yep, all yours.
3. Yep. So it's
So-
obstructed range 2.
Range 2 obstructed. So the tractor or the obstruction is almost not there, but it's still fairly good. Oh yeah, that's true. The defenders do have collision detector.
Apparently, I accidentally rolled one of the reds out of the box as well, but that's alright. We'll ignore that hit. Alright, dials.
So there was no damage in total there.
That ended differently.
And yeah,
Distracted
I think Deadmeat's saying that they've got collision detector is a good thing. Although at the same time, I think Forlom is going to stop. Forlom doesn't need to go anywhere. Asajj. Not quite sure where you would want to put Asajj. A 2-turn looks like it'll probably get you on the rock. You maybe want to try to bump Rexler. Get Rexler to bump into you so there's no evade or focus. And then you have Jarrad coming in, who is yellow. And I've just noticed that the ships aren't displaying on there. Alright, cool.
Right, I'm set.
So Terry's still leading, but I think Rexler's in a really bad position. And to be honest, if Jarrad sets this up well, Rexler could get taken off this turn. Han's not in a great position, especially if Forlom stops, and Asajj isn't in the best position either, but we'll see what happens. And Riot is just gonna do defender things and 3 bank down, get that evade, and if he does have anyone in bullseye, you at range 2, you may as well just focus. But yeah, I fully think the barrel roll from Terry there was not the best option.
Alright, Forlom.
So yeah, Forlom's gonna advance sensors, calculate, and stop.
Put a lock.
Oh, advance sensors lock.
Yeah.
And then stop,
So do
and
my
he
stop.
gets the
So I get a
the
fifth,
calculate.
And then Forlom is after fully execute a red, I get a calculate. So I'll do that.
So if Forlom has
Asajj.
Rexler
Oh,
in arc, it's going to be pretty painful for Rexler. Asajj has done a 5k, oh, and lands on the rock.
Did hit the rock.
Not too bad for Jarrad, for Terry.
That makes me a happy panda.
Oh, and takes
Ooh.
a damage.
Oh, now I'm glad I put that rock there instead of damage. Alright, Riot. Number 3 to there.
I think you focus evade.
Not in range.
Yeah. It looks like he's got Massage in Arc.
Can't imagine why. Then Rexler.
Reckless doing a 5 straight bumps.
He's also
And-
gone over that asteroid there. Do I
And I think he's gonna collision detector. Yep. So he bumps, no actions, but at the moment, not too bad. Han has gone over that rock as well. Everyone's going over rocks.
These rocks are getting me.
Takes a crit.
Loses shield.
Luckily, it's just on shields.
Alright then.
The only bad thing for Rexler is that he will take the stress from Forlom next turn. And then you'll probably see the K turn from Forlom.
So is range 2.
Range 2 from Han into Rexler, which is just 2 dice.
So it's just the 2.
2 hits.
Han's
Nice
on
rolling.
fire.
Oh, he does shoot first.
Oh,
2 of 8.
2 of 8.
Lucky.
just saw that roll and
Defender.
slide into an evade.
Okay, well, he's bumped, so he's not going to get a shot.
Him,
Oh, no,
it looks like
I've got a shot.
he should have a shot on, on Han, so range 2.
Yeah, definitely then. 3 red.
So unfortunately he's not evading, otherwise Duke would have triggered.
Gotta have a shot then.
So
Look at
oh,
that.
3 hits into Han
Who needs mods?
Now we'll show us evade.
and 1 evade. So Han is down shields.
So shields down.
Righto.
And
Okay, now Sanji can't shoot because she's on a rock.
Yep.
Doesn't have anything to get around it.
then I'm pretty sure Rexler should have a Sarge range 1.
Alright, well, I'm going to use the P rockets, I think.
The what? Oh,
Proton rockets.
bullseye.
So
Bullseye, sorry.
yeah, he was going to use the proton rockets, but they're bullseye only, so it'll just be a range.
Alright, well, I'm definitely going to shoot her anyway.
So it's just
red.
4 dice versus 2
And I've got a
with
float.
1 force.
Spend it.
Spend your focus. Duke doesn't matter anyway. So
And
Sarge takes 3.
thing, so it takes 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 left.
Ooh.
And that's the Sarge down to. The Sarge hasn't been rolling very good cranes today.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 1 left. Ugh.
And then we'll see a shot from Forlom into Riad. I'm assuming range 3 obstructed.
Okay.
Yep, range 3 obstructed.
So
So it's 3 vs 5.
obstructed.
Yeah. It shouldn't do any damage, but last time I said.
Oh, you got 2. Alright, so it's 5 green, yeah?
All of the green. Has to spend the evade.
The evade.
Spend my evade.
So
Whew.
takes no damage, but almost.
And I think we're back to dials.
So looking at where the ships are,
So then
no more points have been scored on either side.
choose one ship at range
So Terry's still up 38 points to 0 points on Jarrad.
So I'm
but-
gonna my stress and give it to Rexler.
I had a feeling you might.
Gonna be interesting. Han, maybe Han banks it, just a 1 bank. Forlom, I'm positive you'll see either the stop or the K turn. The Sarge is still in not a good position. Maybe the 3 hard towards the blue side of the board. So Jarrad's side might be the best option. But again, I don't know, you're getting a Sarge out of the fight for or you're wasting actions on rotating. Rexler? If it was me, I'd just go the K-turn, but that does look a bit risky on the rock there. And then Ryad. Tough call as well. You don't really want to be splitting fire, but you've got no one to initiative kill Asajj. Possibly this is where you go slow with the defender. Maybe it's even just a straight, just your slowest straight maneuvers, and hopefully you can boost a barrel roll into Asajj.
I think I'm good.
Alrighty.
So
advanced sensor.
Yeah, so advanced sensors fall on. He's gonna stop.
Advanced sensor, I'll just calculate and then do the stop. Just do that.
And yeah, so just calculate and stop, and then he gets another calculate from the.
Massage.
Although he's bumping, so
Clear stress.
don't think he fully executes that stop maneuver. So Sarge did the 3 bank.
In that arc,
Yeah, it's a
depends what happens.
a tough one here.
Oh, I should have got that second force back.
Oh yeah.
So I think
I'll do a lock.
you lock onto Ryad. Rexler. And
Ryad.
hard 3. He's got a barrel roll.
I'll take my 3 of 8.
And then you barrel roll towards Han.
And Rex.
I think. Oh, he's focused. 5 straight.
So that gets rid of the stress.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's still 46 minutes left on the clock, so it's not like you've got to be making these hard moves that are.
Get your evade as well.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, the hard moves that are gonna
Boost.
just get all the damage out, but
Close.
so it'll be interesting to see where Han goes.
I really don't know where Han's going. Yeah.
Does it put you close to the edge?
Yeah, I know. I think I might actually barrel roll right and backwards.
Okay.
Like that. And we'll use my last thing though.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So he's used collision detector to barrel roll onto the rock. Interesting.
So ignoring that, and we're fine.
And that just reminded me that it doesn't matter about the rock that's there because of collision detector. So Han's in a bit of a tough choice. I think that's probably not obstructed to Ryad. It probably is obstructed to. No, not obstructed to Rexler, but is obstructed to Ryad. So it is obstructed to yellow. And it's like, do you turn your arc or not? So Jarrad has decided to just focus. So yeah, Han range 2. Han does have a lock there, and he does have focus, so this should be 2 hits.
Something weird with collision as you ignore them or something.
Ignore its effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you keep the lock, and I think you keep the focus. I don't think you do anything here.
Even bothering.
Don't need to roll then. Alright.
So now it's a Sarge. Because I'm pretty sure I also have the initiative around the wrong way.
Range 1 obstructed.
So range 1 obstructed from
Better than not. So 4 red.
Terry. 4 into Han. Or I would spend the focus.
Yep.
So 3 hits and a crit.
Alright.
Jarrad rolling 3 because of obstructed and then also the ability, so 2.
Juke 1.
Juke 1.
Yeah, so I'll
And then Jarrad just spends his force anyway, his focus anyway.
So hit crit.
yeah.
Hit crit into Han. So one crit hits.
I have got rid of his. That's right.
Which is weapons failure.
Yuck.
Ooh.
So probably a good card for Terry.
Yeah, that's cool. Alright.
So obviously
2 dice.
when you perform an attack, roll 1 fewer attack die.
1 lom? 4 lom? Whatever it is.
So full on range 2.
Yeah, just
The full on has 1 calculate.
range 2.
So 1 hit, and Terry's evaded that.
Which should be fine.
Yeah, doesn't even need to spend the evade.
As well.
Yeah. Alright, dials.
Alright.
So I think
you can check your
Han is 1 away from
So it's either I keep
from
it
half points. The Sarge is still full, and here Jarrad's trying to figure out if he wants to give Han the stress to get full on unstressed. I don't know if it's needed at this point.
I'll give it to Han.
Oh, well, he's giving it to Han. I think that, you know, where the ships are, you're not going to be K-turning or anything like that. I think the 1-hards are red, so maybe that's what Jarrad wants to do, is do a 1-hard and possibly get either of the defenders an arc. This means Han will just do probably a 2 straight to clear that stress, and I'm guessing Asajj is a K-turn. There's no way she's doing anything but. And so Terry is 1 damage off of losing half points on Rexler, which is 49 points that he'll lose there. So it's still anyone's game, and Terry still has those 2 big hits with the proton torpedoes. Rexler is in a bit of a tough position to get out of that. You might end up doing a... Maybe Rexler's best option is to do like a 3-hard towards the bottom of the board and boost out, and then get the Sarge. Ryad do a form of K-turn. And collision detector.
Alright, is that even the right one?
But
Yep.
it would be interesting.
Alright, we'll see how that goes.
Alrighty, after you.
I think at the moment Terry has the better positioning,
Full on.
especially with the collision detector.
Will flip, do advanced sensor to roll.
So Forlom's wanting to be a vulture droid that just sits on the rocks, but just in the middle of space.
And that does the move, do that, and get the calculator.
It's not a
Right,
bad
Asajj,
option there
5Ks. Get stress.
because
Yours.
Almost like she don't mind
he should then have a shot on Ryad.
Riot has done a 2-flip.
Yep.
Using the collision detector to avoid the.
So Ryad,
asteroid.
the 2K,
Hard
that's interesting. I'm guessing he's going in on Han.
the blue. No free of
So
no idea where Han might be going.
it's interesting why I didn't choose the 3 instead of the 2. But
I'm gonna evade.
because that would have given him more options to not have to
Rely on him.
go over the rock again.
Maybe P rocket because I don't think he's going to. All right, now Rex.
Rexler,
Oh,
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 I think he's gone out.
that is Rexler off the
He's
board.
out.
oh no.
Oh,
Ouch.
Yeah, that's. Oh, ouch.
oh, sad face.
So that is 98 points to Jarrad.
Oh, in the bin he goes.
That I think that changes quite a lot.
That's terrible. I thought, no, that's all right. I've got plenty of room. No.
And he didn't even get the proton
around
off.
this
No, I thought, I'll do a full.
That's really gonna hurt Terry.
Okay. Well,
Unless he can possibly get Han off. But Han's bumped on the rock.
onto the rock.
Oh, now I wish I had done the focus.
Oh, and
It's actually-
Han takes another one.
Yeah, so take
Okay.
that.
Alright, so
5 to go.
67 points to Terry
I think
at the
most
moment.
family shots is probably long. I can't believe I just flew Rex off the field.
So Forlom,
Oh,
probably the only one with a shot this turn.
He's out.
Forlom will be able to pass off his stress again to
So just range
Han.
I'm glad I evaded.
So it's range 2. Forlom. Yeah, flying off the borders. And Forlom doesn't need mods.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So that's 2 damage onto Ryad. Now this turn is going to be interesting as well.
Thought I was going well, and then
Because Ryad is definitely going over that rock, so he needs to use the last collision detector.
Oh, do you want to check? Oh no, when's Lom's stress thing?
Now.
Okay. Yep.
And
He may just.
Forlom's in a really good position. If he can pass off that stress, he can just stop again. But it looks like Jarrad hasn't passed the stress off. Again, though, he can just bump. It's not the end of the world. But Forlom at all. Asajj is just going to go hard in there. And then I think with Ryad, you just do 4 forward, possibly. So you can get that evade and focus. But I think from here, it's going to be very hard for Terry to claw the game back. Asajj is on 1 and Han is dying.
I think
but it's gonna be much harder for him to do it. And Jarrad is just checking where the rock is with a pretty handy new feature from tabletop. If only you could do that in real life. And you probably always need to use that feature on the Ghost because you can never see underneath the ship. Han, I think you maybe just come up around the rock and hope for that obstructed shot. Difficult though. And Terry's still in the game, but one wrong move from Terry will cause them to lose, or well, not lose, but put him further behind.
Before I activate, I'm going to use contraband.
So contraband on Forlom,
so that I can do actions and red moves.
So Forlom's going to stop.
Do the stop, but I'm actually going to barrel roll.
So stop and barrel roll. So he will get stressed again.
Do that. Yeah, it will give him a second stress. Did it get it? Didn't press it properly. There you go.
Interesting move. I didn't see that coming.
Alright, and then
Jarrad's obviously thought that through.
massage,
Massage is a 3 straight,
clear that.
and you focus or evade. I think you focus.
Just gonna rotate.
Interesting. Maybe he doesn't think Terry is going to do what I said Terry will do. 4 straight.
Let's see if this works out or not. I've got to spend another thing.
Yep.
So that's my collision detector there.
So yeah, collision detector, and then you get the evade, and I think you just focus.
Because I'm hoping that I'm close enough to really drill you.
And then Han will
Han's done the 1 straight.
clear his stress, and I think I need to
Gonna repair weapons failure,
for my
which I didn't even add to the overlay anyway.
Well, he shoots first as always.
So that's probably a range 1.
So I'll go Massage's ability.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna spend a force to either remove a green token or take a stress.
Or take a stress.
I think you lose a token.
Getting rid of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because then Han rolls an extra 1. So it's 3 dice. 3 dice from Han.
But no mods.
And doesn't need mods.
Alrighty.
Han is just
3 hits into
He has.
an oh.
Look at that.
And you spend your evade, I think.
No, I don't want to use the evade yet, so I'm gonna flip 2 shield and take a damage.
Oh, so he flipped 2 shields and took a damage, which gives Jarrad 148 points.
Massage can shoot range 2.
The range 3 into Riot? It was? Oh, hitting 2 crits.
You settle down with that. Alright.
Wow. Just so you all know, Jarrad did make these dice. You've got to spend the evade this time.
Because I don't want to let a crit go through.
So if you're wondering why the dice are rolling like that, it's probably because Jarrad put some code in there.
You only have to
Same
do
thing.
one.
Yeah. You say only, but
So it would be 3 versus 2
I think
and
I might have.
Pick out a dice.
1 crit.
Oh, well, I got a crit. But how many of 80 you got? 2.
Two.
So Terry needs a Sarge to blank out.
Ah.
So as long as I don't
Yeah.
blank out again.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Oh, that makes me happy.
As Sarge has only been rolling blanks. It is nuts.
The dice have been.
All right, so that puts him up to 104 versus 148.
So that's the fours. You can go.
And then Terry has to hope that he's just range 2, which he is.
Feeling I'm about to lose Countess then.
Countess.
Because then he also can't pass off the stress.
Well, I don't think I can because of the collision detector anyway.
Oh no, so I get to pick that.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I don't think I can be, can I? Because of the collision detector.
I think you get the range bonus. Oh, I don't know how it works actually. There's some weird.
They're just trying to figure out how collision detector actually works with that.
Yeah. I think
So it's.
I don't know.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Unobstructed.
I think they've just called it unobstructed.
Make it easier.
Makes it easier for them. Because I think you ignore the obstacles or something. So Forlom spends a calculate for 2. And then so Riot lives on 1.
I have 1 left.
I think unfortunately it's going to be extremely hard for Terry to come back from here.
I think it was.
The good thing for Terry is Forlom is irrelevant for this turn, as Forlom is either going to turn over the rock or just go forwards. Han could be painful here, as Han will probably initiative kill Riot. But yeah, that flying Rexler off the board, like a almost full health Rexler, that really hurt Terry.
I'm set.
And I guess lucky for Terry that Forlom is double stressed. So as long as Terry doesn't get range 1 of Forlom, there's 2 turns before Forlom can turn around again. And it's surprising. Most games I see, or most games I play with Forlom, you just see him die straight away. He's annoying, but he just burns.
There it goes. Now it worked. Alright.
And he's actually more points than Han.
He's gonna 2 heart.
So Forlom lands on that rock.
The rock.
I thought he might just get over it.
Will Jarrad roll a hit on another rock? No.
No shooty though.
So
That pleases me. Alright.
That could be bad for Terry though, so the 3k is now going to
I'll take my 3 of 8.
get him a stress. Depending where
Roll left and forward.
So I think he's trying to get out of
I'm worried about where Han's gonna go.
Han.
Okay. 3 hard.
And Forlom can't shoot me this round, so
Looks like Han still has range on Riot. It'll be close.
You've got an evade, probably really not gonna do much. So I'll go for a lock.
Jarrad's trying for a lock, which is range 3.
I thought that was going to be out.
Oh, was that not? Oh, there it goes.
Just a bit of lag.
Yeah.
You like your
It is range 3, so 4 versus 2 with an evade.
2 dice.
Hopefully, Terry can get out of it. So hit crit. I don't think Hans are off blanks.
Just Han being Han.
Oh, and you spend your evade.
My evade. Bugger.
Oh. No juke for you.
No juke for you.
And then
Alrighty. Riot. Pretty sure it's
so
a
range 1 from Riot into Forlom.
so 4 readies.
For 2.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's your average. That's pretty good. 1. Oh, gets it.
Takes 1. So 1 shield for Forlom.
So takes 1.
Then Forlom will hand off the stress.
And then end phase.
Yep. You can have one of them.
Yeah, I thought I might.
Riot. The problem Riot has to go probably the 3 bank to get out of that. I'm guessing Forlom's is going to go straight. And Han is just going to
Oh, yeah, you're out of collisions as well.
bank down.
Yeah. Yeah, they've given them just the right amount of charges to be good, but to also be sad when you run out. Alright, I'm all set.
So
where are you gonna go?
I mean, to win, essentially, Terry's gonna have to take off Han and
Alrighty.
take off Han and half of Forlom.
Will 1 straight.
So it's gonna be
Off that rock.
difficult. It's not
Alrighty. Riot.
it's not gonna be impossible if he can keep alive.
I actually thought that was a blue. Hang on. Whoops. Oh well. It's
Oh.
not. It's just a white.
So Terry thought that was blue.
Get my free evade, so that's her done.
So no free evade and no stress removal.
To the 1. Oh, is that gonna be in range?
And yeah, I think that's range 3. I think Han just focuses.
Because it's the dream.
And you've got obstructed, extra die, and stress. So an extra die, so 5.
Oh yeah.
So it's 5 dice.
So
Focus target lock
Evade token. Oh.
against an unmodded defender.
trick
And
shot.
the way that Han has been rolling,
5.
but it's just been dirty.
Oof. So I'll spend my lock.
Yeah.
Finally rolls some blanks.
Reroll them.
So,
Ooh.
and spends focus. So
And
2 hits, 2 crits.
Alrighty.
And then defender should also get 5.
Nope.
stole one of your dice.
Stealing my evade. Jeez. Alright, here we go. Can we get lucky? Oh, almost.
Oh.
Almost.
So
That damn one there. Let's see what it was. Panicked pilot. 2 stress tokens. Oh,
So
well,
Terry
doesn't matter anyway.
you should have rolled another evade
Should I?
Oh yes.
because it was range 3 obstructed.
Oh,
So you may live.
okay. Yeah. So no difference. Ooh, thanks for picking up on that. Yeah, that was good timing. But no.
But yeah, the extra dice obviously didn't make any difference there.
Oh, sad face.
So in the end, it was 200
Not
to
flown off the board.
104. So
I really thought I was done.
pretty good result, but
Very hard.
that turn where Terry just got off the board was unfortunate, and unfortunately I think that's what lost them the game. But thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully we'll have some more games next week for you.
Yeah, no.
And we'll talk to you later.
I could have got them.